Hello, my name's Katie and welcome to my shed. I'm going to do a quick gift guide for artists, for the artist in your life. Anyway, I'm going to do a little gift guide. I've got 7 things that I have found this year have been amazing, like that I've used loads or I've really felt they've great value. Um, yeah, things that I want to share with you so that if you've got an artist in your life that you're buying for, this might be helpful. So I've got 2 disclaimers here. One is I know that everyone's budget is very different. So what I think is a good value, you might think is expensive. Something I think is expensive, you might think is cheap. And that's okay. We're all working on different budgets. I've got something in here for all budgets, um, going up to free things. So let's have a little listen. I'm going to start with the most expensive thing and work my way down. So let's make a start. Along with the fact that obviously finance is different for everybody, I would say art materials are really personal, and you might think that you're doing a good job by getting somebody something, and I suspect they've probably already got it in a drawer because most of us are massive hoarders. So you might want to check or do a little bit of detective work, but also things like preferred brands. It's really personal, so I don't want people to be wasting their money on things that are really expensive if they're not their person's preferred brand. So just be mindful of that. Anyway, I feel like I've done enough disclaimers. I'm going to show you some stuff. We don't really buy presents in our household for adults. We haven't done that for quite a few years. So I shall not be getting Christmas presents. And that's okay because I'll just buy something for myself if I want it. I'm starting with the most expensive thing, and it's something that I bought this year and I have used loads, and it's changed how I work in this studio, and so much so I love it so much that I actually bought another one today. So this is my X-Cut Express die cut machine, which you can use for doing printmaking. And I've done quite a few videos on it. So if you want to go back, have a look through my printmaking playlist, you can have a look at those. This machine is a card making die cut machine, but you can convert it to a printmaking bed by adding in an extended bed that you can buy to add to it. Um, they don't make them anymore, so if you want one, you have to buy them second hand from. I've bought both of them off. Actually, no, I got one from eBay, one from Vinted. I have seen them on like local Facebook selling sites and things like that as well. Now they do market; they're quite pricey. I think they come up. They're sitting at the moment on eBay for about £250. However, I have bought one, the one I bought today off of eBay, for 150. So just keep your eye out if you want one. Keep your eye out and see what's going on in the market. You might get lucky. I just think it's a great gift. So if you've got somebody who's an artist but maybe has talked about printmaking or dabbled in printmaking, then it would make a really good gift for them. It's You're quite limited on size. You can't really do much bigger than A4 on it. But for most of us, that is more than enough. I'm not a professional printmaker, so for me, for my needs, it's perfect. I have bought the extended bed, printmaking bed and felt from a website called handprinted.co.uk. So go on there and have a look. You can buy the bed and the felt for £30. So that would be a top notch gift, in my opinion, for any artist. Yes, so that is my first recommendation and the most expensive by a long shot. My follow on gift from that is my second one, is some inks to print with. And you don't need a printmaking bed to use inks and to print with, but it does help. So I've got a couple of options here. They've all been used, so apologies. Is the Caligo Safe Wash. This one is a black one. This size cost around £15. So have a look on handprinted.co.uk. They sell them in other places, but I just like their selection. Or you could go with a smaller size, and the smaller size lasts forever as well. They didn't come in this box, but these are the ones that I've got in this box here. They want to be used. They're like, print with me. I got this lovely set, this sort of spring set, which has a violet, a pink, a peach, a green, a blue, and a mustard yellow. And that set is around £60. They do other sets as well, but that one I thought was a really lovely colour set. I made a big boo-boo. I've been using these. I've been using them for relief work, but I've also been using them for intaglio printing for things like dry point. And actually, they are relief inks. I didn't realise. So, I mean, they seem to have worked. Probably not as well as an intaglio ink if I'd have got them, but I haven't. So that's my second choice, is some good quality inks. I like the Safe Wash because you can wash them up in the sink, whereas the oil-based ones are a bit of a pain in the bum to manage and tidy up. Okay, so they're my two pricey ones. We're dropping down in price significantly now. The next thing that I want to talk about is paints. So when I did my little disclaimer, I talked about the fact that what people use and their preferences are very personal. A bit like anyone with any hobby, it's really hard to buy for. You don't want to get somebody something and they love a different brand, or they're loyal to a different brand. But I'm still going to tell you about them anyway, because I think they're great value. If you've got an artist in your life that you want to buy for, and they're not a watercolor artist, but they want to learn, but they want a good quality paint to learn with, I don't think you can go far wrong with these. So this is the Rosa Gallery watercolor set. The set itself, sorry, it looks disgusting, but the set, you get 12 pans of paint, and that comes in at about £22, which is really good value for an artist quality paint, I think. You can get ones that are much more expensive and much cheaper. And some of the student grade paints are great. I did a video comparing them earlier in the year, so you can go back and have a look if you want to. But I think if you wanted to get, let's face it, most of us artists are quite snobby. If you wanted to get something that was artist grade, you can't really go wrong with these. I think they're great value. They're nicely pigmented. They lay down beautifully. Yeah, and they're a good price. So this would be my recommendation number 3. They're on sale, by the way, at the moment on Jackson's Art. The sets are. Okay, so what have we done? We've done 3 so far. So number 4, going down in price some more. This one's around a tenner. And apologies, mine looks absolutely filthy. Well, it is absolutely filthy. It looks disgusting. It's a paint puck. So it's a water vessel for cleaning your brushes, but it's got a silicone molded bit at the bottom so that you can clean your brushes off on it. And it's one of those things that when I got it, I thought, oh, that'll be gimmicky and it won't help my practice. Won't help me at all when I'm painting, but actually it does, and it really does help clean your brushes. So I would recommend this for anyone who's a painter for acrylics or watercolors. I think it's a great gift, and would highly recommend for if you're looking for something in the £10 bracket. £10 bracket. Okay, we're going down even further to, actually it's probably below £5. This one would be classed, I think, as a stocking filler, but I think a really nice gift to get would be 1 pan of a nice quality paint. Colour wise, it's quite hard to say, it depends on your artist and what they like to paint. But you probably wouldn't go far wrong if you bought a colour that you looked at and you thought, that really reminds me of Katie. I'm going to get Katie that. So obviously for me, black like my soul, actually it's Payne's grey. But yes, I think if you haven't got a lot of money and you just want to buy someone a little token gift, or if you're doing slight stocking fillers, I think one nice quality paint pan, it would be a really lovely gift. Or a tube, depending on where you are, what your shop is selling. The Rosa Gallery ones, I think they're about £3 a pan. The Daniel Smiths, Other brands would be more money, but have a look around, just find one that you think you like, or have a look in their drawers and see what paints they use, and pick a color that they look like they use a lot of, or that looks really special or unique. So that's my gift number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gift number 5. This is a bit of a random one, but I think you would struggle to do better than to give somebody a nice, good quality masking tape. So this one is the first year I've used this, and this is the Duck Clean Release paint, and honestly, it's a game changer. You've probably seen me certainly on the last video I was doing, struggling with some masking tape because it sticks to itself, and then it tears, or it doesn't have any. I've got one here, I've even written on it, not sticky enough, because it's just not useful. I've still kept it. So, I mean, I don't even know why I've kept it. It's not very good quality. This is the sort of 4 for £1 kind of masking tapes, and they're just not great. And I can't tell you the number of times I've done a painting and I've masked it with a cheap masking tape. When you go to peel it off, it lifts the paper up, and you've spent all that time, or you've got a really nice image that's just trashed because you've used naff masking tape. So if you wanted to buy someone a nice gift, nice random stocking filler, get them some expensive Duck Clean Release masking tape. Okay, so number 7. Now, number 7, I could be really expensive, or it could be completely free, depending on which way you want to take this. But I think giving someone the gift of time, as somebody who has a hobby, being given permission to spend a day just doing that hobby is the absolute best gift anyone could give me. So be that on the more expensive scale, where you give someone vouchers to go on a workshop and they could pick the workshop themselves, or even if you knew what they loved, book them workshop. That sort of gift of time, I just don't think you can beat it. And that is very personal to me, because I do have a very busy, hectic life. But I think for most adults, that would probably be a number 1 gift. Anyway, that is my top 7 gift ideas for the artist in your life. In the comments below, let me know what you think you would have added into that list. I just tried to think of the stuff that I have used a lot of this year, and things that have really helped me in my practice. So they're the things that I've used, and I wanted to get all prices. Anyway, waffly, chatty video over. I'm going to go and get out this rain. It's not very festive in here, it's lashing. So have a lovely week, and I will see you soon. Bye.